Mesa Marauders. Hello and welcome everyone to beautiful Madison High School, where the Madison Warhawks will be playing the Mesa Marauders. I'm Levi Johnson.
And I'm Valentino Arenas. Hey man, we got a great show tonight. This is the rematch. January 10th, these two teams met up for a great game settled in overtime. 53 to 55, Madison victory. Mesa looks to avenge their loss tonight and stack a dagger and prevent Madison from winning the City Conference Championship.
And you know, each of these teams, they need to do something to come out on top. First of all, the keys to the game. Madison's keys to the game. Keep a strong defense. They're averaging 8.5 steals and 3 blocks to game while keeping their opponents to an average of 50.4 points per game. If they keep this defense up, then they should come out on top. Next, they need to keep up momentum. In their league, they're 5-0. This could make it 6-0 and clinch them the league championship. And Madison won their last matchup, so if they can just keep the momentum going, they should be easy in this game. Next, they need to not fall behind. They have a much lower average point per game, so Madison has to keep up with the points that Mesa is scoring.
And Mesa, strong opponent coming into this game. They got to keep their offense humming as they have an average of 71. They have an average victory margin of 71 to 49.5. I mean, they just got to keep feeding their big guy, Tim Dorn. They got to keep and spread out their scoring. 22.8 of their points come out from one player, Diego Ortiz. This guy's a shooter. Mesa needs to spread the ball out and keep this guy going. Keep Madison guessing and keep the ball moving. They need to control the paint. Madison has a much higher average rebounds. Mesa needs to be able to stop this. Hopefully, with the help of number 4, Tim Dorn, they'll be able to.
And so this game is really looking like it's going to be a great matchup. Any final words before the game starts?
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I think it's going to be real great, and we'll see you guys after the game starts.
That has a color commentator that you. And as Madison announces their starting 5, these players, man, they've been working hard. They've been coming up from a pretty not all right season last year. I mean, these guys, they went a solid 8-20. I mean, not what you want, but I mean, this resurgence, it's been great.
No, definitely not. We're already early in the season, and Madison has doubled the amount of wins they had last season. So they're already coming out stronger than they were before. And I think that we can just see this team build on that and keep going in the season and just keep getting better.
And as Mesa announces their starting 5, number 4, Tim Dorn, number 5, Jeremiah McCaleb, number 2, Shea L'Esperance, number 24, Connor Shea, and now Madison will introduce their players. Here comes out Eli Stevens, number 5. He's 11 points per game, a great shooter. Now comes number 20, Brandon Brown, the wing, senior, 6'2". Out comes number 10, one of the leading scorers on this team, the guard, runner R.J. Miller, junior, 6'3", 240. Out comes number 21, the small forward, Aiden Lier, senior, 6'1". As the tip-off approaches, what do you think is most important for these two teams?
I mean, for these two teams, I think that we need to they both need to keep momentum. Both these teams have an extremely high points per game or points per period in the very early periods. Like, I'm talking the first and second. But once we get to the third quarter, it starts to slow down.
Tim Dorn and Aiden Lier will tip off. Let's get this game started. Tim Dorn passes it to Mira Mesa, number 5. Number 5, Jemima Michaela. Michaela passes it to Dorn. Dorn passes it to 2, to number 1. Number 1 shoots it up. Air ball. Rim. To number 21. Back to number 10. Looking for a shot. Looking. Pulls up. Oh, bounces off the rim. Mira Mesa's gonna drive it down to the paint. Looking for an out. Oh, and it's gonna be a foul. That was a guard. Diego Ortiz trying to drive down the field and put it up for the Mira Mesa Marauders. Here will try and put the first 2 points of the game up.
You know, one thing that both these teams have to avoid is drawing too many fouls. Both these teams have an extremely high free throw percentage, and I think that if they can keep the fouls to a minimum, then both these teams could limit the other team's points. A foul this early is very bad.
Ortiz looks to hit it again. Off the rim, Mira Mesa gets possession. To L'Esperance. To Dorn. Dorn dives in, and he makes himself known. That's the first points of the game by Mira Mesa.
You know, Mira Mesa putting up those early numbers is what we can expect from this team. They have an extremely high points per game at around 71. And if they can just keep scoring and keep getting ahead, then I don't know if this Madison team will be able to catch up.
I truly agree with that, man. I mean, this game is going to be pretty good. RJ preparing to putting the ball back into play. Miller passes it to Stevens. Stevens diving around, looking, moves the ball. Dives in, dives through the paint, goes through the key, lays it up. Ooh, that's 2 from Stevens. Mira Mesa trying to get a quick break. Look, Miller on L'Esperance. Number 21 gets the ball back. That's Aiden Lier, passes it to number 14. Caleb Gleason's gonna put it up for 2. Mira Mesa going back down the court. Dorn with the ball, passes it to number 2. Passes it to number 5, excuse me. Passes it to 1. L'Esperance with the ball. Diving into the key. Pushes it up, puts it up, and that's 2 for Mira Mesa.
You know, we're seeing both of these teams take heavy advantage of the paint, and I would expect that to keep going throughout the entire game. If they can keep just getting these consistent points in the paint, I don't know how the other teams will be able to respond.
And that is denied by number 24. Connor Shea, what an absolute denial. Great defense by number 24. Stevens prepares to put the ball back into play. And that is intercepted by number 24. No, Connor Shea, he dives it back in. That's going to be a point. Mira Mesa 4-6. Madison driving back down to the other side. Passes to number 10, Miller. Miller loses the ball, and it's going to run out of bounds. Mira Mesa ball.
You know, Madison really needs to keep holding on to this ball. That was 2 turnovers in 2 plays, and if this keeps going, it could snowball out of control. And one thing that I need to mention is that Madison cannot lose this game. Because if they lose this game, then they don't clinch the season, or the league. If they win this game, they clinch the league, and that would be massive.
Miscue by Madison. Mira Mesa with the ball. L'Esperance gets prepared to put it back into play. Passes the ball into Ortiz. Ortiz is going to take it down. Ortiz passes it back to L'Esperance, who passes it to McCaleb. McCaleb is going to shoot it up and get 2. Miller with the ball as he drives over half court. He's got Che on him. Ooh, and no foul. That's Che. Ooh, Miller gets the breakaway, and he's able to lay it up. Or was that a miss? My fault, excuse me, that's a miss. Good play by Miller, really all over the play. He's been able to move that big frame pretty well, don't you think?
I definitely think so. Maneuverability is a massive part of both these teams' offense, and we're seeing just a lot of good passing plays, a lot of getting into the paint, a lot of dominating in the paint, and now we're getting another foul.
Miller gets his free throw, prepares to take his shot. And it's able to roll in. Madison 5, Mira Mesa 8. Miller nails his second point. Mira Mesa 6. Madison 6, Mira Mesa 8. He's able to drive it to the wing. Passes it back to Esperance, has the ball, drives into the key, passes it back to Dorn, passes it back to Michaela, sets it up for Ortiz. Ooh! Ortiz, sniper shot from the wing.
Look at just how Mira Mesa's offense is able to get him open.
And Miller responds. Mira Mesa's driving back, Michaela with the ball, passes it to Esperance, who backs it back to Ortiz. Ortiz driving into the paint, gets it to the corner to Che. Back to Ortiz. Ortiz looking for McCaleb, gets it to McCaleb. He drives into the paint, meets contact. He's guarded by number 21. Oh, Dorn with the ball. He drives into the paint on RJ Miller, and Miller's able to successfully defend. Madison gets the ball back. Madison drives. Ortiz on Stevens. Trying to stick to him like white on rice. Pass it to Gleason, excuse me. Back to Miller. Miller trying to push him, trying to prove why he's been in the rain. When Mira Mesa gets the breakaway, back to Ortiz. He's gonna try and get on McGleason. Ortiz puts it up, and that's gonna go off the rim. Disappointing.
So far, this game has been extremely fast-paced, and that is definitely leading more towards Mira Mesa's play style. I think if Madison's going to come back from this, they're going to need to slow this game down.
Foul on Madison. It's going to be Mira Mesa ball. Esperance puts it in, gets it to Ortiz. Gets it back to Esperance. McCaleb dives, gets it to Dorn. Dorn's going to charge into the paint, gets it to Ortiz, who's open. You cannot leave him open, man. Excuse me, that is not Ortiz. That is number 3, Cole Soriano. Great play by Gleason. He's able to get it back, and it looks like it's going to be Madison ball.
You know, I just want to go back to both threes made by the Marauders. What we're seeing is that they're getting someone open by making good, quick passes, and it's just messing with this Madison team.
You see Miller is defended from the paint by Dorn. Moore's gonna set up a shot. Tristan Moore. He's gonna be Mira Mesa ball. L'Esperance gets the ball, bring it into Ortiz. Ortiz gets it. Gleason guarding, passes it back to L'Esperance as he sets up the play. Looking, passes it to Soriano. He passes it right back to Ortiz. Ortiz is looking, trying to driving. Passes it back. It's a lot of tossing. looking for an open shot. Dorn's going to try and dive into the paint. It looks like he's going to reject it. Going to go Gleason to Ortiz. Ortiz with the ball, looks up for a jumper. Esperanza is defended. Madison with the ball. Stevens is able to get out and possibly cause a breakaway. Stevens misses the layup. He's not going to be able to get it. Number three, Soriano with the ball. McCaleb looking, dives into the paint. He's going to be able to set it up, puts it up, and it's going to roll off and right back out. It's going to pass it about one-on-one. Esperanza versus number 4. And Tristan Moore is able to put it up. Esperanza has the ball, passes it to Dorn, who gets it to the corner to Ortiz, not Ortiz, gets it to Soriano. Jorge Luque with the ball and puts up a 3. That is his 4th points of the game. I believe that's one of the first times I've mentioned his name. What a great play by Jorge Luque right there. Going to be a timeout. What an absolute performance from these first 2 teams. A combined 28 points in the first half. What a shootout.
I know, it's extremely high scoring, and one thing I want to say is that this is the first tie of the entire game, and what we could see is that this could be the end to the Marauders' just incessant lead, and we could see the Warhawks start to come back and start to make themselves known, showing signs of life. But another thing I want to talk about is that every single 3 that's been made by the Marauders so far has been just a mirror play. They pass it a couple times, get a man open, and make the shot. If Madison's going to defend from this, they need to get that play on lock.
As these teams get back to the court and prepare to play. Mesa's going to start off with the ball. He passes it into McCaleb. McCaleb passes it to Ortiz. Tosses it to Connor Shia. Back to number 11 who checks into the game. Gabe Gustillo. Gustillo accidentally knocks it out. That's going to be Mira Mesa ball. Connor Shia is going to be able to pass it back in bounds. Connor Shia gets it to McCaleb, who gets it back to Shia. Back to McCaleb, who gets it to number 11, Gabe Gustillo. Back to McCaleb. McCaleb's going to drive. He sets it up for an error. Ooh, a great floater from McCaleb at the midpoint range. Tristan Moore driving into the paint, and that's going to be a foul on Mira Mesa. Tristan Moore guarded by Gabe Gustillo.
You know, that's the 2nd foul for the Marauders, and one thing that I have to say, so far, Madison has had 100% of free throw shots. And I know it's early in the game. There have only been 2, but they've made both of them. And it shows how good this team is at free throws. And if the Marauders are going to win this game, then they need to stop fouling the Warhawks. They can't keep drawing fouls.
Moore hits his first one. Going to put the Warhawks up by 1. Moore nails his second ones. Warhawks up by 2. Excuse me, Warhawks tied. Mira Mesa in the corner. Dorn looking for somebody. Passes it, long bomb all the way to McCaleb. Dorn gets the ball back again. Passes it to Gustillo, who passes it to Ortiz. Looking for an open shot. Defended well by Madison. He gets it. Ooh, free shot open for McCaleb. He nails it. That's going to be 3 for Mira Mesa. Stevens lines up the shot. Ooh, nailed. Perfect shot and lineup from Eli Stevens. Man, he's been all over the court tonight. As Ortiz dives in, Ortiz looking, passes to McCaleb. McCaleb shoots it up. Oh, off the rim. Gets it to number 1. For Zalgar Aiken. Checks him again. He's going to just airball it. That's going to be the end of period 1.
You know, this was the 3rd tie of the period. It's 19-19, extremely high scoring period, extremely high 3-point shooting period. And what we're seeing here is that both teams are taking advantage of the threes, and both teams are executing those three-point plays perfectly. They're getting a man open, they're making the shot, and they're nailing it. Currently, the Madison has a 60% free throw percentage, and not far behind is Mesa with, or Madison has a 2/3 free throw percentage, and Mesa not far behind with 60%. So they're both making threes, they're both consistently getting open, and they're both consistently just executing that play perfectly.
Can't agree more. I mean, it's really been hard to tell these teams apart. I mean, their playoff styles kind of blend together. It's all about fast breaks and fast plays. I mean, what's really stood out to me is these long-range shooters. I mean, Diego Ortiz, R.J. Miller, Jeremiah McCaleb, all certified, all just ice in their veins.
Yeah, those shooters, those sharp shooters are really what's defining this game so far. And, I mean, with 3 ties already, I think if this first quarter has anything to do with the rest of the game, we are in for a very good matchup.
Stevens gets it to McGleason, who dives in and is able to float it up for 2. Warhawks take the lead as Mesa prepares to set up their play to Castillo. And on the wing to Soriano. It's back to Ortiz. Ortiz is looking, trying to set something up. Gleason is going to get screened by Dorn. Ortiz gets it to the corner to Castillo, who hits the board, is able to, number 3, is going to be able to dive in. This is going to be the first time no, it's not my fault. Jorge Luque able to dive in, show that he's been in the weight room. Esperanza looking to Castillo, back to Esperanza. Esperanza to Castillo. Castillo looking to Esperanza. Esperanza looks, pulls. He's going to be able to toss it back to the corner to Ortiz, who's going to be off the rim. Madison fighting, looking for a pass. Miller to Stevens. Stevens sets up his Warhawks. That's going to be pushing on Mesa.
4-point lead by the Warhawks right now. This is their strongest lead of the night, and they're first.
Moore is going to get the ball back to Stevens. Stevens is looking. Dives, moving hard, gets it to Gleason. Setting it up for Luque. Luque, the big man, gets it to Moore. Moore trying to direct the offense now, gets it to, no, Moore is going to be able to dive up, but can't make anything of it. He's going to get 2. He's going to get 2 chances.
Still right now, the free throw percentage of Madison is 100%, and really, Mesa needs to stop drawing fouls. They need to end this right here. They can't allow these free points for Madison.
Moore is going to get his first. Moore gets his second. I mean, is that 100% shooting still?
Yep, still 100% shooting from free throw.
I mean, in today's game, shooting is really all that matters at some points. I mean, as the game has shifted, haven't you seen a more offensive-focused style of play?
Yes, initially going into this game, we expected Madison to take a much more defensive role, but that's obviously not been the case, and I'm interested to see how this dynamic goes further.
McCaleb gets it to Dorn, who bounces the ball off the rim. Luque gets it to Stevens, who gets it to Gleason. Gleason is going to charge, attempt it, but is defended by Castillo. Steve gets it back to Stevens, who Stevens gets the air ball for Gleason. Dorn is going to get it, passes it in the corner. You got Soriano in the corner looking, back to Soriano. Ooh, heavy contact. That's going to be a foul on Madison. Mesa with the ball. Shooting guard Diego Ortiz. Sets it up. Ortiz is going to bounce it off the rim. They're looking to get it back to Dorn. Dorn is going to lay it. Nope. Miller gets the ball, looking for a fast break, gets it to Moore, who's going to try and posterize somebody. Oh, my Lord! And that's going to be Looks like it might be a no score. Disappointing result, but an absolute great play by Moore, but just wish you could have those. Ortiz gets the ball, going down with McCaleb. Gleason steps up to defend against the two. Gleason stuck to Ortiz, who gets it to McCaleb. Gleason comes back. Gleason's been all over the floor on defense. Ortiz is looking, gets it to Gustil. Gustil to Ortiz. Ortiz floats it off the rim. Great play by Moore to grab the rebound, and that's going to be an out. Madison ball.
You know what we're seeing is Madison is getting just a lot more time in the paint. They're making a lot more shots in the paint. And we're seeing Mira Mesa's kind of grasping for straws right now. An 8-point lead is the largest of the night. And I think that if Madison can keep up this pressure, Mira Mesa might just crumble.
Tim Dorn checks out. Connor Shea steps in. He's going to get it. Gleason gets it to Miller in the corner. Miller's going to put it up, and that's going to be off the rim. He get off the rim and into the hands of Cole Soriano. Cole Soriano trying to put some magic on Gleason. Gets it to McCaleb. Calling for the ball. Ortiz in the corner. He's able to get it. Gleason is going to be defended by Miller, by a group of Warhawks. Luque gets it to Gleason. Gleason sets it up. Oh, air ball. Back to Luque. Back to Miller. Miller's able to complete it. Great play by the Warhawks. Real team play.
You know, one of Mira Mesa's keys was controlling the paint and stopping these rebounds, and that's exactly what we're not seeing happen. Is Madison is just controlling the paint, getting all the rebounds, getting to take shot after shot after shot, and Mira Mesa just has no way to stop this.
So far, I've seen nothing but Madison physicality. I mean, Moore, even if he didn't get the 2 points, was able to put a Mira Mesa defender on the floor. I mean, just for morale, it sucks to see your friend on the floor like that. What do you think that does to a team?
I mean, definitely that would hurt the team morale, but I also think what we could see is that invigorating Mira Mesa. They could see their friend push down, they can see they're losing, they need to focus up, and they need to lock in, and this could be the morale boost, or the morale push that they need to get back into this game.
Mira Mesa, a great season during 2024, falling in the Division III semifinals to the eventual champions, Olympia, 21-10 league winner. They hope to spoil Madison tonight. And prevent them from completing a 6-0 league championship. Marauders get the ball. Caleb looking for something. Gets it to Shea. Gets it back to McCaleb. Gets it to Steele. Soriano. Gets it. Dorn's back into the game, but it's going to be deflected, defended by multiple Warhawks. Stevens is going to charge on the court. Miller looking for a pass, but Stevens gets it to Gleason. Gleason is fighting with McCaleb. He's going to be defended by multiple Marauders. Marauders steal it. Dorn is looking for a breakaway one-on-one. He's on multiple Madison defenders. He's going to miss it, but that's going to be a free throw for Dorn at the very least.
You know, as of right now, Mira Mesa's in a dry streak. It's been 10-0 in terms of scoring, and Madison is just running away with this game with a 10-point lead. And since that 1919, we've just again, seeing Mira Mesa grasping for straws, missing shot after shot, and Madison has just been getting in there, scoring more.
Jordan lays it up, and that's going to be in. Marauders 20, Warhawks 29. Jordan looks for a second shot, and it's going to bounce off the rim, but it's going to be rebounded by Connor Shea, who gets it to McCaleb at the top. McCaleb floats down to the left wing. McCaleb is guarded by Miller, who gets it back to Connor Shea. Back to McCaleb, guarded by Miller. I mean, it looks like Madison is just really just defending the inside, but they're allowing the sharpshooters to just have their way on the outside of three-point. Gleason gets it back to Luque. Miller sits it up. Oh, R.J. Miller. What a beautiful shot.
You know, one thing that I need to talk about is Madison's incredible three-point shooting. They have a 75% free throw percentage. They're just making these threes. They're just being left open, and they've gotten 9 points off of threes alone.
Miller and Moore tossing it back and forth, defended. It looks like it's a man-to-man look from Mira Mesa. Miller up against Connor Shea. The battle of the big men. Gets it to number 21. Gets to the number 21. Aiden Lier back into the game. Moore is going to try and get a fast dive onto it, looking for a jump shot, but he's rejected. Luque gets the ball, looking again, gets it to Miller. Miller gets a floater up. Oh, off the rim, back into Marauder possession. McCaleb's got 3 on him, gets it to the corner to Ortiz. Ortiz looking for Conache off the left wing. Back to Dorn near the key. Ortiz off the 3. Oh! Man. Somebody check that guy's rating. Luque dives in looking for but Luque responds. 34-28. Madison on top. Great game going on. McCaleb dives looking. Oh, Gleason gets a breakaway. He's up against McCaleb. Gets it, crosses it over McCaleb. Gets it behind the back to RJ Miller. Oh my God! RJ Miller, are you serious?
80% of 3 points made by Madison. Mira Mesa cannot allow that 80% free throw percentage. It's too high, and it's just free points for Madison's team.
RJ Miller certified right now. I mean, he's been all over the place. McCaleb's going to put it up, but it's going to bounce in and bounce out of the rim. Miller gets it to Gleason. McCaleb guarding. Miller left open after the double team. Moore gets it to Alia. He pushes up. Oh! Able to put it from behind his back. Wow, what a great play over the top. Gets it to Connor Shue, who sets up for the play.
This is the largest lead of the night, an 11-point lead for Madison, and they get another breakaway headed down the court.
Great putback by number 3, Jorge Luque. McCaleb has the ball, sets it to Ortiz, who gets it to Dorn. Connor Shea rotating. McCaleb sees Ortiz in the corner, gets it to him. He's guarded. Dorn looking. He's got 2 on him. Back to Ortiz. He puts it up. It's going to bounce off the rim and back into Madison hands. To Caleb Gleason. And that's going to be a double dribble. McGleason trying to call no foul, but what the ref sees is what the ref sees.
You can see Madison is not happy about that call, but they just have to accept it, and it's going into Mira Mesa's hands. Let's see if Mira Mesa can actually show any signs of life or if they've just been flopping on the ground.
Shea checks out. In steps Castillo. Castillo with the ball. Gleason on top of him. 10 seconds left in the second period. Ortiz is going to dime it. Nope. It's going to be off the backboard, but Miller's tripped. Ooh, gets it to Leia, who's free. Is able to put it up, and that's going to be 2 points going into the period. Great play by Madison. I mean, this isn't what we expected. We expected a hard-fought battle between these two teams, but it looks like Madison has come back prepared and come back ready to put it back on to Mira Mesa.
No, Mira Mesa seriously needs to focus up and get something going if they're going to respond to this dominant Madison team so far. At the end of the first quarter, it was 19-19, and now at the end of the second, it's 43-28. Mira Mesa can't allow it. They're just falling behind and falling further, and one thing that I've noticed is that rebounds have controlled this game. Madison has been consistently getting both offensive and defensive rebounds, and they've just been shooting and shooting again, and look, they're ahead by a ton.
Madison with a chance to secure the City League Championship, an undefeated 6-0 record with a win tonight. I mean, that's all they hope for on senior night. That's all you really hope for, to be able to do it in front of your home fans. Now, please enjoy this halftime show presented by Madison High School. We will get to you guys right after this. 43-28 after the end of the first period being tied 19-19. What are you looking for Mira Mesa?
I mean, Mira Mesa, we had a lot of expectations of them going into this game, and they haven't been playing it up. If I'm Mira Mesa, here's what you need to do. If I'm Mira Mesa, here's what you need to do. You need to stop those threes, and you need to stop points in the paint. Points in the paint, rebounds, and threes have been the main cause.
Ortiz is going to get it to McCaleb, who gets it to Shia, who gets it to Lesperance in the corner. Ortiz is going to be able to avoid the defender, and he's going to bounce off the rim all the way to Leia, who gets it to Stevens, who's on Ortiz. Ortiz trying to defend. Miller sets it up. Miller sets up the screen, but it's going to be well defended by. But the screen leaves him open. Moore with the ball. Dorn defending. Moore's going to be able to get Dorn out of place. He's going to look for the jump ball, air ball. Not air ball, but back to Leia. Leia's looking. The ball gets out of his hands. Connor is stuck to him. Oh, my Lord. Oh, but absolutely defended by Tim Dorn. What a great defense. Ortiz is going to fake the pass, but fake the pop. Excuse me. That was an interesting play right there, but back to Ortiz. Ortiz is going to look. He's going to put it up. That's going to be a disappointing result. Gleason is shoved down, but gets it to Eli Stevens just in time. Stevens is going to come basically undefended, puts it on top of Connor Shia. Excellent layup. Shia gets it to Ortiz, who's defended immediately. McCaleb's left open by that, but he's going to be able to bounce it off the rim. Dorn's able to bounce it. That's going to be That's going to be white ball. No, excuse me, Marauder ball.
You know, if I'm the Marauders coach right now, I need to slow this game down. This fast-paced game has been leading heavily to the Warhawks, and if you want to take control back, you need to slow this game down, you need to lock in on defense, and you need to focus up on offense.
Ortiz gets it to Dorn at the top of the key. He gets it back to Ortiz, who somehow appears from the bottom to back to the top. Ortiz looking for a shot from the top, and he's going to bounce it off the rim. Miller gets the rebound, passes it to Eli Stevens. Ooh, Miller with an excellent screen on Lesperanza. Hey, man, look where you're going, bro. Ooh. Gleason is going to bank it off the backboard. Shia gets the rebound and then passes to Lesperanza. Lesperanza looking, gets it back to Shia at the top. Gets it to Ortiz, who gets it back to Shia, who gets it to Lesperanza, who stops, gets it to Shia. Shia looking for something. Gleason dives. Lesperanza to Ortiz at the top. Dorm looking for it. Oh, just misses the floater. RJ Miller gets the rebound, passes it back to Eli Stevens. What an excellent duo between these two.
You know, Mira Mesa in that play showed some incredible ball movement, moving it around, keeping it away from Madison hands, but it just wasn't enough for them to score that point.
I mean, man, is this legal? Is this a manslaughter? I mean, Mira Mesa, no response for the absolute hail of points Madison's putting on him. Gleason's going to be able to come up with the ball after losing it, but losing it, head in his hands. Missed opportunity right there. But when you're up this much, when you're up by 19, I mean, can you really be mad?
No, you cannot. A 19-point lead, the strongest lead by far of the game. I mean, the biggest lead held by Mira Mesa was 5, and now they're down by 19. They need to switch something up. They need to change up this game style if they want to come back.
Shia and Dorn step out. Gustillo and Soriano step in. Excuse me, not Dorn. Ortiz. Gustillo is able to bounce it off the rim, but a chance for redemption by Gleason, who's able to put it back into the rim this time. This time it's not going to hit the back wall. Esperanza passes it to Dorn, who's jammed up by Madison defenders. Back to Dorn. To Gustillo, back to McCaleb, to Lesperance, to McCaleb, who dives in. Ooh, excellent move. Ooh, puts it to Gustillo all the way at the wing. Gustillo looks for it. Off the rim.
You know, if I'm Mira Mesa right now, you need to go back to these basics. These 3 points aren't working. They're not making them, and it's just dragging their team down. They need to go back to the point. In the first quarter, they were 19-19, and they were scoring consistently in the point. They left that behind for threes, and now they're falling heavily behind. RJ
Miller looks for a long shot, but it bounces off the rim and out. It looks like it's going to be Mira Mesa ball. I mean, so far, it just looked like Madison has been the most well-coached team. I mean, they've been all over the place in terms of stats, rebounds, steals. I mean, they've been all over it today.
You know, Madison has put themselves in a promising lead, and it seems like they have this game on lock. And I've put in my piece. I think that Mira Mesa needs to go back to the basics, get the rebounds on lock. But what do you think? If you're the Mira Mesa coach, how do you respond to this promising lead?
I mean, really, it's just trying to get yourself back together again. I mean, you let it get away from you. You're just hoping to kind of claw some ground back is the best way I could say it. You're down big away. I mean, at a certain point, I'm pretty sure the crowd has been into it. The crowd's going to come back into it, and they're going to make it even harder on this Mira Mesa team.
That's definitely true. This commanding home team lead, the crowd is definitely compounding it. It's making it harder for Mira Mesa to score and getting on their nerves and just lowering their morale.
Ortiz back in. Madison hoping to make the Marauders bow down. Esperance with the ball. Passes it to Ortiz, who passes it back. Back to Gustillo. Lesperance looking for Ortiz in the corner. Ortiz back to Lesperance at the top of the key. To Ortiz at the wing. Puts it up. Another three missed by Mira Mesa. I'm not sure. How many is that missed by Mira Mesa?
So far, Mira Mesa's made 5 threes and missed 13. They need to stop going for these insane threes. They need to get back to the basics, get in the paint, and start scoring twos.
Excellent handoff from Mortar to Leah, who gets it to Miller, Miller's able to put it up. I mean, continued dominance by R.J. Miller today. The number 17 Madison Warhawks really putting on a show. Dorm looking for the air ball, looking for a jump ball, and he's not able to put it in. Moore gets up on the breakaway, and he's gonna. Oh my! Denied by Tim Dorn. Wow.
An incredible block that completely stopped Madison's drive. But do you think that that incredible play is enough to change the morale from Marauders here?
It's a confidence builder. Moore with the ball, looking for his free point. That's gonna bounce off the rim. Second chance at it. Hoping to continue to extend this lead.
That is the first missed free throw of this game by the Warhawks.
Quickly avenges the miss with a make. Gustillo at the back line passes it into Ortiz. Setting it up, Gustillo, Gleason, and Lesperance. That's going to be I believe, a timeout.
You know, 3 minutes, 14 seconds left on the clock. They're down by 24, an insane lead. They need to dig themselves out of this hole. They haven't scored for a while. They're missing threes, and they are just not getting rebounds. I don't know if there's a way that the Marauders can drag themselves out of this, and I think that the Warhawks are just going to continue to get stronger and stronger and just keep going, and that they have this game in the bag.
As these two teams get together to try and figure something out, I mean, Madison feeling pretty confident at home after a 6-game winning streak put to an end last week against Mission Bay. It seems that they've lost no step after that. They've come out fighting and they've come out ready.
You know, this is not what we expected at all. Their last matchup was 55-53 Warhawks, and now it's 52-28. We expected Mira Mesa to be much stronger, coming out fighting with their 71 points per game, but it's just not what we're seeing. And I honestly don't know if the Marauders can get themselves out of this, get themselves back in the game, show any signs of life.
Quick pause to clean the court. John Pierce's team looking for a response here. Down big. I mean, this is really where teams prove it. Down big away. It's really about who's the toughest, really. I mean, you want this team to get better. Madison has been dominating in the rebounds, in the defense. They've just been physical, and they've been fast.
You know, we've really seen that difference in play styles and the physicality. Madison's been going to the center. They've been physical. They've been going in. They've been going for layups, and they've been pushing this Mira Mesa team around. Mira Mesa's been much more passive, going for more passing plays, going for more threes, and that hasn't been working out. I think that Mira Mesa needs to radically alter their play style if they're going to come back from this.
As they continue to clean the court. I mean, what else can you do with the rowdy student section like that? I mean, what do you think of the student section so far? Have they been a key difference in this game?
I don't know. I think it's definitely been a morale boost, but I'm not sure if the student section's been that much of the deal. I think that it's just Mira Mesa. Actually, you know what? I'm going to rephrase that. I think the student section has been a big part. Mira Mesa's away, and they're going behind, and the student section's been loud and boisterous, and I think that's been a massive part to the Marauders' just inability to score. Madison's just been getting up, they've been having a morale boost, and the crowd is going crazy, and it's too much for Mira Mesa to handle.
Ortiz gets it to L'Esperance. Ortiz diving back in, looking for shot setup, but back to McCaleb. Ortiz in the corner, gets it to Ortiz in the corner. Dorn looking to drive into the paint. He's not gonna be defended by RJ Miller, but RJ Miller puts it back into Eli Stevens. Eli Stevens being defended by Ortiz. Ortiz on him like white rice, but Eli Stevens puts the spin on, puts the juke on him, puts it up, but it's gonna be a miss. Back into L'Esperance's hands. He gets it to McCaleb. McCaleb's got two Warhawks on him. He's looking for a juke, makes him backpedal, and he gets it in. Great play by McCaleb right there.
You know, they lowered that to a 20-point lead. This is the first signs of life almost all quarter that Mira Mesa's had. And I think that this might be possibly the beginning of a turning point.
Mira Mesa looking for a traveling. L'Esperance gets it. L'Esperance gets in the corner, but passes it to McCaleb. McCaleb stomps, puts the brakes on it, gets it to steal. Ooh, excuse me. Cole Soriano in the corner, but he's able to bounce it off the rim. Eli Stevens with the ball. McCaleb defending. Gleason gets the ball. McCaleb switches off. Traveling by Madison. It's going to be Marauder basketball.
The Marauders need to stop it with these threes. They're only 35% for for threes. And if they keep going for threes, they're not going to get points up. They need to alter this. They need to get in the paint. They need to get some just decent scores if they're going to come back for this.
Cole Soriano checks out to allow Connor Shea back into the game. McCaleb sets up the three, and it's going to bounce off the rim into RJ Miller's hands. Oh, and he's just wide open, but it's going to bounce in and out of the rim. You don't hope to miss those. Ortiz is going to try and put the team on his back, but gets it to Dorn. Dorn's going to juke in, fake inside, puts a man on his back, but he's going to get the foul. Lea defending.
Ooh, that did not look like it went well. That looks like it hurt. But one thing I have to say, this free throw for the Marauders team has not been good. Only 25% of their free throws made. Only 33% from the three-point line. They're not shooting well today. They need to get in the paint, switch it up.
Dorn puts it up, and that's going to bounce out the rim. You hate to see that. Slowly but surely leaking these chances. I mean, the free throws, Mira Mesa has only made one so far. Disappointing show out.
20% from the free throw line. Can this change it?
And Dorn gets his second for Mira Mesa. Gleason gets it to Stevens, who makes L'Esperance keep running. Or Steven gets it more, who gets it to number 3, Jorge Luque. Jorge Luque is going to defend on Ortiz, but Ortiz is going to be able to get it off the misses. L'Esperance in the corner. Oh my Lord, excellent delay, but he's going to have to miss it, but it's going to be a foul on L'Esperance. He's going to get 2.
Mira Mesa going back up to the line. Hopefully they can make these. Hopefully that's a free 2 points. But this game is starting to go back to the first quarter. Just constant back and forth. And I think that's what Mira Mesa needs to get back into this.
Well, that's exactly what they did not need. L'Esperance hoping for a point with this one. L'Esperance puts it in this time. Moore with the ball, passes it to Miller. Miller making it dance on Connor. Miller making Connor Shea dance. Leaves Eli Stephens wide open. Gleason gets the ball, looking back to Stevens. Stevenson fakes the dive and gets it to Luque. Luque is going to try and Luque gets it, pushes it to Gleason, who nails the three. Excellent assist by Gleason. Excellent assist by Luque. Excellent throw. Excellent shot by Gleason. Jordan gets the ball, looking. Luque tries to steal it from him. Gleason tries to steal it. Rotated all the way to Ortiz. Ortiz gets it out. Oh, set up. Perfect setup for the steal. Who misses the wide open shot. Eli Steven gets it to Gleason, who delays it, but is denied by Les Bronze. Excellent defense.
I cannot believe that Mira Mesa missed that shot. That was not good for them, and it's putting them back on defense. But one thing I have to say is the potency of these 3 points. Currently, Madison's only attempted 6 3-point shots, and they've made 5 of them, and that's just making those plays even more important. It's proving, it's just digging into how Madison's taking control of this game. Mira Mesa, on the other hand, only 35% from 3, and it's just taking the potency out of those plays.
Wow, excellent play by Eli Stephens. I mean, Madison has really been proving their point as to why they should be ranked higher and why they should win that city conference. Dorn goes for the poster dunk, but is going to be bounced and denied by the rim.
This is the highest lead of the game so far, 24 points, and it's 26 points. Yeah, highest lead of the game. I think that Mira Mesa, they're grasping for straws. They need to show some sign of life. Hopefully they can get that back in the last quarter.
More bouncing off Connor Shea. He's going to get the... It looks like he stepped out on his way to the rim. It's going to be Madison... Excuse me, it's going to be a violation pushing. It's going to be Madison basketball. Jorge Luque prepares to get it back to his team. 6.8 seconds put on the clock. Luque gets it to Stevens, who's found in the middle of the key, floats it up, but is not able to get it in. Mira Mesa's going to get the ball. Les Bronze puts up a prayer, and it's just going to airball out. That's going to be the end of the third period.
You know, despite these teams being fairly evenly matched, it has just been a Madison destruction. And they came into this, again, despite being evenly matched, Madison came into this the underdog, and they've proven that this is the underdog story you see in the movies, with them crushing Mira Mesa. I don't think Mira Mesa has a chance of getting themselves out of this hole in just 8 minutes. They need to practically double their score without Madison scoring once to even get back out of this, to even tie it up. And I just don't think that that's possible for this Mira Mesa team.
It really comes down to who wants to be that guy. I mean, Mira Mesa, number 2 in Division II, second in City League with the 4-1 record. They're really hoping to prevent a Madison victory tonight. Mike Stutz's team, number 17 in San Diego, has really been putting on number 11. I mean, I don't know what happened. It's just, was it an issue with the rankings, or was it an issue with the eye test? What happened here? Why are these teams ranked so differently, yet one team is just putting dominance over the other?
You know, I think it comes down to morale here. We saw at the beginning of the game when it was 19-19, both teams were working perfectly. They were working together fluently. They were making good passes. They were getting people open. And we saw that continue with Madison. With Mira Mesa, that team fluency and morale kind of just collapsed. They stopped making such good plays. They stopped doing such passing plays. And free point percentage plummeted. Their free throw percentage plummeted. Their scoring plummeted. And they just need to get back together as a team, work on that morale, and hope for a miracle.
Pressure facing in the Zagar Aiken, the senior, the small forward. Aiken with the ball, looking, gets it to Miller. Miller trying to set it up. Dorn on him, gets it to Stevens, who's free. Dorn trying to puts the pressure on him, but more rebounds. More pushes, gets it to Aiken. Aiken's going to put it up, and it's going to roll out the rim. Free ball. Aiken's able to box a man out and get it back. That's going to be passed down to Jorge Luque, but the ball escapes him. Aiken gets it back again to Moore, wide open, but it looks like Marauders are going to be able to cover him. Number 10, Rowan Canglione in for Mira Mesa. Jorge Luque is going to try and put pressure, and he's going to be able to weight room his way into the key for 2.
The Marauders just needed that play to end. It was going on too long. It was running down the clock. and it was just giving more chances for a Mira Mesa score, or a Madison score. They needed that play to end, and they got it to end.
A quiet confidence emanating from this building right here. I mean, as the time slowly ticks down, 6 minutes, 40 seconds left on the clock. Madison up 62, Marauders 63. Eli Stevens being pressured, gets it to Miller. Miller's going to be stolen by Lesperanza. Number 10, Roland Clangiel gets an escape, is able to, just barely miss it. It spun on the rim, but it looks like it's going to be a foul on Moore.
This foul could be what Mira Mesa needs, but it also might just be another curse. Curse in disguise as a blessing. I mean, so far Mira Mesa's only made 3 from the free throw line, and they're just not doing well from there. However, if they can do this, this could be a turnaround point.
They think they're the Splash Brothers, but so far it's been nothing but bricks. Gleason checks in for a tired RJ Miller, who's been all over the court tonight. Dorn checks in for number 22. Dorn checks out, replaced by number 2, shooting guard Ryan Jackson, the 6'3" senior. Jace Davis. The small forward, Rashad Arajas, the senior, is also able to check in. Aiken gets the ball, looking for Moore, but gets it to Gleason in the corner. And Gleason's going to be able to get up and try and challenge for a point, but it's going to be mixed up, a tangled mess of bodies as the ball rolls out of bounds.
I think that the three-point line has been a mirror of this game. Madison has only attempted 8 shots from the three-point line, but they've made 6 of them. Mira Mesa's attempted 15 and only made 5. Mira Mesa's grasping for straws, and they're not making it, yet Madison's just playing patiently, getting those scores in, and they're coming out on top.
Roland Canglione able to get the foul. I mean, Mira Mesa fans hoping for some kind of miracle tonight. Madison hoping to just close it out cleanly. Here comes Canglione looking to put some points on the board.
Back to the free throw line. Mira Mesa is only 40% from the free throw line, and that's going to boost that percentage at least a bit.
Aiken checks out for Jorge Luque. Miller back into the game. Esperance checks out. Gonna be up and out from Roland Canglione. It's gonna be Marauder ball. 6 minutes left in the fourth period, 62-38. I mean, man, this is not the showing Mira Mesa expected.
No, it is not. And I think that the senior night, the morale, the vibe in this building, the energy in this building has just been leading more and more towards the Warhawks. And the Marauders, they're not expecting this showing. It's hitting their morale, and they're just not able to compete with this Madison team.
Runner RJ Miller, the 6'3" junior, 240 pounds. He's leading this team in points per game with 14.4. He's 9th in San Diego in double-doubles and 10th in field goals made in all of Division II of California. I mean, this guy's really been showing why he's an X factor for this team. I mean, at 240 pounds, you'd expect him to be playing defensive line for the football team, but it looks like Castillo's going to put it up and get a 3. 3 for number 3. Great play. Castillo on Stevens, but Stevens is going to be able to escape. Gets it to Moore on the wing. Gleason in the corner, hoping for a pass, but gets it to Jorge. But Moore's going to get it to Jorge Luque. Jorge Luque is being pressured. Gets it to Eli Stevens, who's freed up for an easy. Who's freed up? Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why I hesitated. I gotta trust you. You're that guy. You just might be that guy. RJ Miller able to get it back. Eli Stevens able to get it up for 2. Marauders looking for some kind of opening here. Gustille with the ball. And he's able to sink it. Great shot from Gustille.
Prior to this game, Madison suffered their biggest loss at home since last year. And they've just turned that around, leading by 20 points right now. That has been a dramatic shift from the last game to this game.
RJ Miller puts the spin cycle on, but he isn't able to complete it. That ball's going to bounce out and into Marauder hands. Gustille with the ball. Excuse me, this entire time it's been Cole Soriano. Cole Soriano is RJ Miller left wide open. He's going to just put it right into the rim for an extra 2 points, 66. Madison Warhawks.
And it's back up to a 22-point lead with only 4.5 minutes left on the clock.
Ball to Corsariano, who gets it to Canglione in the corner. Canglione seems to be fouled as he tries to attempt a pass to Agora. Corsariano, I've been putting much respect on his name. I've been messing it up. But, I mean, this guy, a pretty solid backup option. I mean, he's been sinking threes. Here he goes again. Wow! Why is he not starting? I mean, excellent display from number 3, the 6-foot shooting guard, Cole Soriano.
You know, this might be the turnaround that Mira Mesa needs. Prior to those last 2 threes, they were only 33% from the three-point line. But now they're 2-2 in the last 2. And I think that this could be the turnaround. This could be it. This could be the morale boost that Mira Mesa needs to at least claw themselves up to a minimum of 5-point game.
Funny thing, these two teams are separated by 19 points, a score at which they were tied at in the first period. I mean, we've seen miracles happen in basketball before. There's a reason we never say, there's a reason we say the game isn't over until the clock hits triple zeros. What does Mira Mesa need right now for them to attempt possibly the biggest comeback of these young men's lives?
I think Mira Mesa needs to slow down this Madison offense first off. Madison's just been getting too many chances on offense. They've just been able to push and keep getting physical. They need to slow the game down. They need to slow down this Madison offense. Then on offense themselves, they need to get back to the basics. They need to stop taking these wild threes. They got to start scoring in the paint. They got to take back control of the paint. And I think that then they have a chance.
Gleason in the corner gets it to Miller, who's trying to put it, gets it to Stevens, who gets it to Jorge Luque back in the corner. Jorge Luque is able to fake a man out, gets it to Gleason, gets it to Miller. Miller looking, but is defended. Miller trying to spin. Oh, excellent jukes, excellent footwork. It's just too easy. Wow. Slippery play by RJ Miller, able to slide between 2 defenders and put it up for 2. Mira Mesa looking to respond. Ron Canglione with the ball, gets it to Agora in the corner, gets it to number 22. Right, gets it to 22. Shea Ferguson. Panashia attempting a 3, but a breakaway by Gleason. Gleason's going to put it up, and that's going to be an and 1. Excellent play by Gleason on that breakaway. Disappointing result for Kanashia.
Every point that Madison makes is another nail in the coffin. But, you know, Mira Mesa can still escape until the last nail is hit. And I think that with 3.5 minutes left, a miracle could still happen. They could still somehow crawl their way back. But the coffin is being nailed shut, and it's going to be pretty sealed soon.
Gleason is going to put a dagger into the hearts of the Marauder fans as this game has now melted to 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Panashia looking for a jump shot, is able to nail it. Marauders up 49, up to 49. Stevens with the ball, looking, gets it to Miller, who's at the key. Challenge, oh my Lord, runs over runs over Ron Canglione. He's gonna get, of course, a violation for that. Canglione's gonna get the ball and be able to pass it into Soriano.
Even though that was a foul, it's a perfect example of what this Warhawks offense has been doing. They've been getting physical, they've been pushing this Mira Mesa defense down, and they've just been dominating in and out of the paint.
Panashia steps out for Ali Popel. At the top of the key, Ali with the ball. Ali's going to try and nail it. Ooh, excellent shot by Ali Popel. Welcome to the game, my friend. Defended heavily. RJ Miller's going to be pressured. Gleason's going to try and dive it into the key, and he puts it into the paint. Another great play.
You know, Madison has no shortage of great plays, but one thing I want to bring attention to is the turnaround, the small turnarounds that Mira Mesa has been having. Prior to these last 3 attempts from 3, they had a 33%. But now these last 3 attempts from the three-point line have been 100% made.
I mean, it's something you can hang your hat on in the film room. But right now, I think it's going to be a very bad night getting a shootout on film. I mean, it's just been too many misses and too many missed opportunities for the Marauders here.
You definitely know when they're getting back, they're going to take a look at that film. They're going to get back to the locker room, and the coach is just going to start tearing into them. They're dreading that.
Marauders looking desolate as the fourth period begins to wind down. 2 minutes and 23 seconds on the clock. Warhawks 73, Marauders 55. Looks like the Madison student section is chanting for Mira Mesa's defense to come back up. Man, that is why I love student sections. Surprising sight as Tim Dorn is not on the court.
With only 2 minutes and 19 seconds left in this last quarter, Mira Mesa would have to score around 10, 11 goals per minute, or points per minute, if they want to come back from this, and that's with Madison scoring 0. So I think unless some insane miracle happens, Mira Mesa has been sealed in the coffin, and the game is over.
Excellent shot by Cole Soriano, and Gleason's pass is going to get stolen. Cole Soriano puts it up again, and that might be one of his first misses of the day. RJ Miller's going to get the rebound. Soriano tries to dive bomb Jorge Luque, who gets it to Eli Stevens, who gets it to RJ Miller, who gets it to Gleason. Jace Davis attempts to steal, but that's going to be a violation.
In the first quarter, the score was tied 3 times, and since then, it's just been Madison, Madison, Madison. What do you think caused that insane shift from the first quarter to the second and to the third and the fourth?
I think it's really just a rolling snowball. These just constant mistakes kind of jumbled up into one massive avalanche as momentum swung in Madison's direction. Here comes Leea as he dives through traffic, is able to scramble up and try and put it up, but it's going to be bounced off the backboard and it's going to roll out. It's going to be Mira Mesa basketball. It seems like as Mira Mesa starters rest, Soriano's going to pass this into Canglione, who gets it back to Soriano, who gets it back to Canglione. More stonewalled by Jace Davis. Canglione's going to put it up for 2. Marauders up 60.
You can see already that the Marauders coach is not happy, angry at the team, and when they get to the locker room after this game, it's just going to be even more so. What do you think, as the Marauders coach, you can even say about this game? What can you take away from this going into the next game?
It's really all about, with this performance here, you figure out what you need to work on. And if I was a coach here, I would believe that'd be rebounding. Madison, with their bigs here, have really been able to just shut down Tim Dorn's rebounding ability and kind of just keep the ball in their possession. It's really just been it's really seemed like Madison has just wanted the ball more, really.
They've been dominant and physical, and they've just taken the ball. And Mira Mesa, that is a perfect takeaway. I couldn't have said that better myself.
As you prepare to finish out period 4, 1 minute, 8 seconds left on the clock. Madison fans looking happy as they prepare to end their senior night on a good note.
However, in the darkness, there is a glimmer of hope for Mira Mesa. They've shortened the 26-point lead to only 13. So, with a miracle, they could come away from this not as bruised as they once were.
It looks like they're trying to foul for time. Gleason is defended by number 21, Jace Davis. Jorge Luque is going to be able to toss this ball back into his teammates, defended by Davis. Gleason covered by Agorath, but Eli Stevens is left open. Davis is caught chasing, but that's going to be a foul. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of fouling for time, but down 13, it's really all you can really do as Jorge Luque prepares to get this ball back to his team.
Especially when there's only 1 minute left. They have 1 minute to get up 13 points, and that's without Madison scoring. They're grasping for straws, they're struggling for life, and it's not going to be going well for them.
Miller attempting to put his mark on this game even darker than it already is. Gleason is defending. Gleason defending, but is denied by RJ Miller and a crowd of Warhawks. Excellent defense. That's going to be a foul.
I think that Madison Warhawk block I think personally that was the final nail in the coffin. They're only down 13. They had a chance, and that blocked play, it's back to Madison's ball. I think that was the kicker. That's what knocked Mira Mesa down. I mean, already they've been falling quite a lot, but that just turned their short little offensive streak of getting a 26-point lead to a 13. It shut it down. And this has been just the perfect senior night for Madison.
Pierce calling it out from courtside. He's trying to figure it out and get his men in position to make something happen. I mean, as a senior, this is really all you want to win it on your senior night. I mean, all you've worked for so far, with more able to continue to extend this lead, which seems pretty solid in Warhawk hands. I mean, this is a great victory, assuming it completes like this. But this would be a great win over a higher seeded, higher ranked opponent. Moore is going to bounce it off the rim. He gets it to Canglione. Canglione's going to slip past the defender. Gleason's going to try and stand in his way. Gleason is successful in that. Gleason has the ball as he passes it to R.J. Miller. R.J. Miller's going to try and end it here, and he gets it. That's 76 points for the Madison Warhawks today, as R.J. Miller is just leading this team. Soriano. Steven Davis has the ball. Soriano's defended. Pressure. Soriano steps back, tries to put it up for three. That's going to bounce off the rim. It's going to be put back up. Great play by Jace Davis, Miller has the ball back as he's going to try to toss it in. Eli Stevens is defended. And it looks like that'll be game 76-62. The number 17 Madison Warhawks do it, beating the number 11 Mira Mesa Marauders and winning a City League championship. Congratulations on your senior night.
Incredible senior night. If I'm a Madison senior, I couldn't have wished for more. But I want to take a look into this game and take a look into some of the stats really quick. I think that from the free throw line is what really echoed what happened in this game. Madison was almost 100%, 80% from the free throw line, and Mira Mesa could not have hoped or not have had a worse night from the free throw line. Only about 30%. And I think that just shows how this game went, with Madison just being a dominating force.
Thank you so much for coming to this showing. Really appreciate you all coming and watching it. Make sure to tune in next time. All right? Say goodbye, man.
Yeah, that was an incredible game, and I'm so glad you all came to join. See you guys next time.
Again, congratulations to Madison and their City League championship.